Yeah.
What's been on your mind lately, man?
Bro, I want to share it. Can I share it?
Yeah,
You can
share.
share. That's
Yeah.
why we brought you here, man.
Yeah, man.
Let's hear
So
it.
what's been on my mind, bro, is
If you're not with the gang, what the is you doing? Week one.
Gang, long as you fuck with the gang, everything gon' be okay. If you see us coming and walking your way, you best say what up to the gang. If you got a problem, then we on the way. Don't nobody fuck with the gang, long as you fuck with the gang, everything gon' be okay. If you see us coming and walking your way, you best say what up to the gang. If you got a problem, then we on the way. Don't nobody fuck with the gang. I'm with the G-A-N-G, my nigga Shell, TMNT, we blowing up like TNT. We hit the top, no calling my phone. You'll get dial tones and AT&T. Pretty blue skies is all I can see. You with the gang, you get it for free. Ain't no disguise, just me and the guys until D-I-E, watch me get fancy. My girl a Bentley, your girl a Camry. That ain't a candy, that's just a Cammy. We don't need candy, ain't nothing sweet. I got a space on the top shelf next to my granny, that's for my Grammys. I feel like Penny, how my family proud, yeah.
is the fact that, man, it's like people are still in this fearful state. It's like, I feel like, because when, you know, the whole idea when people say, oh, we need to come together and all that other stuff, it's like, the big question is, what are we coming together for? And then, are we going to follow through with our ideals, or what it is we feel like needs to be changed, or what it is we feel like we need to come together for?
Where do you think that fear be coming from? That's like stopping people from creating or doing what they want to do.
It comes from people thinking they have something to lose.
Fear of death.
That's real.
That's a big one, bro. Is the fear your life doesn't belong to you. I did a live about this yesterday. It's like nothing belongs to you, bro. We are only in management of the things that have been given to us. Your life is not your own. People who say, oh, he lost his life. He didn't lose his life. He mismanaged his life, and that's why it was taken from him.
That's real talk.
There's nothing belongs to you on this earth.
That's crazy. Said.
Like-
I've been
like-
feeling that.
Yeah, like when my homeboy died, he got shot in the head.
Rest in peace to him.
For real, rest in peace. But he didn't belong to me.
Right.
Yes, I felt because I had a relationship with him. I felt those things, but I had to realize that he only lost what was given to him because he mismanaged it. And that's why I try and be an example to the generation I'm in, because I've been in that place where my homeboy is, where my homeboy was.
Yeah.
And I seen that he was on the way of moving out of that. But going back to what I was saying is like, people think they have something to lose. So that's why that fear comes into place. And when you realize you don't really own anything and nothing belongs to you, and you're only in management of everything that is given to you, including your life, then you know that you don't have to be greedy. That's where greed comes from.
Bro,
It's
I
people
feel you.
thinking that they own something.
It's real talk. I've been feeling that. Like, it's not necessarily, you might not be put here to live out your dreams. You might be here to motivate somebody else, be somebody else's muse
on, bro.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Could be, you know what I'm saying?
That's
We're all
one thing.
renting. Nobody's, you know what I'm saying? We're all here just renting. Nobody's owning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't own, like
That's
you said,
it,
you don't
bro.
own your life. You just renting it, leasing it out.
That's it. And to go even deeper with that, bro, it's like we got to go back to how we were originally created. You know, I'm a big believer in the Bible. It's not no religious book, what these people be talking about. We could throw all of that out the window. We not with none of that. But in the beginning, it says God created us in his image and likeness. So that image means shape or form or shadow. We are literally a shadow of God. So whenever we look at each other, we are really looking at the shadow of God, like the image or how he would look. And then the likeness is characteristics. What are some characteristics that make us like God? We imagine things. We are creative. We're problem solving. And the number one thing is we have free will. We have the ability to choose. But in that, in him creating us like himself, we are not like him.
Right.
Because I can't turn this wall into water. Because because I don't own it. So he made us managers of the earth. That's why he said, be fruitful, multiply, replenish the earth, and have dominion. That word dominion in Hebrew, if you go back to the original language of what the Bible was written in, it means kingdom, but it also means management.
Man, you want to have babies?
Do I want to have babies?
Yeah.
I do, bro, but these women, bro.
They doing cold out here, man.
Bro, it's just
These ladies out here. These young ladies.
women are not being taught to be wives anymore. They're being taught to shake their booty, ask a man for some money. It's like, bro, I was at an after party at Grindfest.
Yeah.
And this lady come up to me and she just bumped into me. And the first thing I want to conversate, like I want to know more about you. She straight to it, like I want to have sex. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, what? So
Yeah.
it's just the paradigm of women where women are in this day and age. It's like it is so
A lot of
unattractive
social media influence,
because
though.
I'm looking for a person that I can build with, establish with, and that is going to be able to be by my side through it all.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that's what they're like taught though. I would just say that's kind of.
I feel like that's what's
It's the
being
social-
pushed
it's
on
the
them.
social norm right
that's
now.
yeah.
It's
That's
what-
kind of
it's
like
what's accepted.
the easiest reality to accept because like I mean
Yeah.
it doesn't take a lot of work. You know, you just go out there and do your thing. But
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, like what are you setting yourself up for?
Mm.
Maybe half of somebody's money, but a long battle for it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Bro, we getting it started in here today, man. Real talk, man. We ain't even, you know what I'm saying? It's the Qualified to Motivate podcast, man. We're in here with Tyler Lewis, motivational speaker and author, man. Let him go ahead and put that up there in the
Welcome to
frame.
the
Let
show,
him see
man.
it,
It's my book, y'all. Don't play
Word
with
to
it.
Self, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna pick you up a copy.
On Amazon, Word to Self by Tyler Miles Lewis.
Exactly.
Go
Or you
copy.
can stop by Grind AVL, pick you up a copy there.
Exactly.
Yes, sir. Check it
Change
out.
your mind, change your life.
Yeah. So with your motivational speeches and like what you be doing on the gram, man, what well, before I get into that, this is the Qualified to Motivate podcast, and we ask every guest that come on here, man, what makes you qualified to motivate them folks out there, man?
Man, because really, bro, I've been through it. Like I've really been through it. My story is really like a movie, bro. It's like I started in the streets, like a lot of individuals, very similar, but I was different though.
Yeah.
Like as I was in the streets, bro, I was always a truth seeker. I was always
That
seeking.
smart one out the group.
I was always seeking the truth. I was always seeking to know. And through my process of me and my brothers doing what we was doing in that time, bro, it's like I was always thinking like, bro, is this it? I was the only one thinking is like, is there more?
Hey,
to
that's
this?
rough being the smartest young dude in the group of like a knuckleheads, you know what I'm saying?
Bro,
Like, nah, y'all.
bro,
Let's not get into that. Oh, you soft.
it's crazy.
Get him out of here.
And I was with all of that.
just
I was ready to
Yeah.
do whatever,
As soon
but
as-
I
yeah.
understood.
With the consequences,
The
that came with it.
consequences,
That's
bruh.
what people don't be ready to do. If somebody's willing to do something and they know the consequences and they willing to accept them, you can't even be mad at them. Hey, you do what you do. But a lot of people out here trying to be naive to the consequences of their actions.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like people really don't understand that like the amount of ways they could go after it goes left. Like
Yeah.
like you think it might, like oh if it goes left it's gonna be like this. Like
I just gotta run, yeah.
No.
Bruh,
Yeah, no.
Bruh, it's simple as this. Whatever your output is, that's going to be your input.
That's real.
You reap what you sow.
You reap what you sow, bruh. So if we sowing, we going to go rob this person. We going
Get
one of
robbed.
us going to get robbed.
Right?
If we
happens like that.
sowing, oh, let's go slide on this person. We going to reap that. One of us going to get slide on. If we sow, oh, selling drugs to these people, all this other stuff, we going to reap the same thing, bruh. So it what goes around comes around. That's a true statement.
Like
I
the
believe in
wheels
that
on the- like
statement
the wheels on the
100%.
bus.
What goes around comes around.
Yeah.
That karma. It's real.
It's definitely real.
You can
because
feel
it comes back. It goes back to that natural principle and that and also spiritual law of like whatever you sow, you will reap.
Yeah, man. You can feel it too, especially after you really then realize that is real. That's how the world works. And you do
Yeah.
something real bad, you're sitting there like, oh,
Don't y'all
man,
hate like? and
what
then
did I just set myself
You know
up
how like
for?
you get older and you really start learning from your cons. Don't you hate when you get that instant karma? Like one of them. Ah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll tell you what, I've had
when's
some.
one of them time you got one of them? Like you did something, and I'm telling. I ain't gonna say instant. Like right, maybe like, let's say like a 10-20 minute window of time, just right after you did something where you know you probably shouldn't have. Just
That's a good question. Let me mull it over.
you got one time.
Yeah.
You got some instant karmas out there.
Bro, I definitely do. I remember this one time, bro, when we robbed this one dude, and it was because he was talking about
allegedly.
He was, yeah, allegedly. this is years.
Allegedly.
There's no
This
case
is-
open. There is nothing. We is good.
This
Yeah.
this
But
is a fictitious story.
He's
that
an
Yeah.
author. My man's an author. You gotta
Yeah.
let him paint his pictures.
let me tell my story. This is where I came from.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so we was going to go rob, bro, allegedly, and
in this story of that
yeah,
we're-
in
that
the
we're hearing.
story back then in the days of Tyler Lewis. But yeah, we was going to do that, and then the next day after we done that, bro spin on my house, and I got my girl upstairs. He just walked in. I'm going down the street to go get some gas, like chilling.
Yeah.
Walk back up. They coming out my house. Like I'm like, what? And then from there it was crazy.
Yeah, man, it can happen.
But
bro.
that's for the example you was giving, like
I have a very similar
that
story.
it happens, bro.
But I feel like it's the biggest shit that ever happened to me, and it's like I wasn't going out to rob anybody. Me and my buddy just picked up these chicks, and we realized they were the ones trying to rob us. You know what
Wow.
I'm saying?
Bro, this is a wild
Oh, they
story.
one of them.
This is
Oh
a wild
yeah,
story. Go
Dude,
ahead.
we sat there. You know, we met them at cookout, and they're like, you know, what are y'all getting into? Blah blah blah, all this. They come back to the crib with us. You know, we're sitting around out on the back porch, you know, doing our thing, talking, and it starts getting to the point where they're talking about robbing other people.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
day. So
saying?
they
I
was
like,
already selling themselves out.
Red flags.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just texted Henry, you know, or whoever I was hanging out with. You know?
No, that's how you do it though.
Yeah.
When you can't say something
Yeah, bro. I
like
was
directly to somebody and you around them, you just gotta send them a text.
I said,
Yeah.
yo, bad news. Like, let's take them to Waffle House. Something. Let's go. Get them out of here. And he's like, how are we going to do that? We just ate cookout. And I was like, man, I'm pretty hungry. I want to go to some Waffle House. I mean, like, that's all it takes, man.
Ain't nothing like a little dessert.
No,
Little
bro.
after
Yeah,
cookout Waffle House. little
chocolate
dessert.
chip waffle.
For real.
Let's hit it.
Y'all telling me y'all not feeling no dessert right now?
For real. A blueberry waffle? Stop playing.
Took a crazy route there. Took a crazy route to Waffle House in
Just
hopes
trying to
that
throw
they
off the
would-
directions,
yes.
throw off the route.
Yes.
Yeah, so they can't
Yeah,
remember.
but they're locals, man. They know where they're at.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. And so took them to Waffle House. We ordered waters. They're like, we're gonna go to the bathroom. They went to the bathroom together.
Dip.
We left. Yes.
That's what I'm talking
immediately.
about.
Oh, immediately left. And then get back. We see one of them's purse still in the car.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
they was on y'all for real.
Yeah.
They was
Because
on
that was
y'all.
never
That's
the
a-
intention.
They got
We just-
experience.
Yeah.
That's how you know they got experience. bro.
Yeah. So, you know, took the purse out of the car, tried to put it somewhere.
Yeah.
Just we didn't even look at the purse. Just dropped it out, you know, like try to park the car away from where the house is. Like just all the moves. Bro, it was probably like 2 hours later. Heard him opening up that window. I was like, oh god. So, you know, we tried to barter with him like we didn't realize we took your friggin' purse, you know. Our bad. For real.
Wow.
Let's go find it. All that. Come back. Where's the other one? Like, wait, you didn't say you had two purses over there. And at this point, we're kind of not believing them.
Yeah.
They're already sketch balls. And then come to find out, probably like a few weeks later, my boy's car was trash, so it was in there. It was really in there, just way up under the seats.
I did
man.
not expect this to go that way, man.
Dude,
My
that's
story's
crazy.
weak. Y'all had, you know what I'm saying, potential felonies in y'all stories. I was just
Nah,
saying,
for real.
Next night, though, they pulled up on us with more people to rob the house again.
Nah,
my
for
God.
real.
Yeah, the cops had to come that time. I mean, I don't
I got
know
people
what else to
spinning
do.
the beans in
Yeah,
y'all
bro.
story and
Nah,
stuff.
for real.
When you pull up and your whole house is getting emptied out, you're just like, all right, let's
I was
let the one.
Yeah, I was just talking about, bro. I got into an argument with my girlfriend, and then my car broke down. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I didn't
dang.
have one serious like y'all's.
I did that to
Oh,
one of
man.
my old
I
girlfriends'
had to
cars.
swallow my pride, though, bro. You know what I'm saying? She got AAA, and I don't. So I had to
Oh,
swallow
yeah.
my pride and call her, get
Yeah.
that free tow.
Bro, I remember one of the first girls I dated for real like that. She had this old POS, you know what I'm saying? And
Oh,
she was
yeah.
like, "Don't ever hit the gas too hard because the check engine light is gonna come on. Like, don't mash it." And it's like, I'm not trying to mash it, but if you got to get up to 55, you got to get there at some point.
Yeah.
Right.
And so like I hit it just a little too hard, man. Like she was like, "Don't pass him." I was like, it's not. Immediately check engine light. I was like,
Gosh.
ruined it. Ruined that whole car, bro. It's tragic.
That's crazy.
It was on the edge, but it was still me. You know?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Still had to
I
eat
feel
Bro,
that.
you know what's the worst about like your car breaking down? Like when you got a raggedy car, you know what the worst is about like it breaking down and you got to leave it on the side of the road.
What's that?
When you come back and it's still there, like didn't nobody bash this thing so I can get the insurance money to get a new
Nah,
one or
for real.
nothing? Nobody stole it. Nobody vandalized it. Nothing. It's still here. Damn.
They know if your shit goes down like that, they don't want nothing out of there.
That's not the car.
And
you
plus,
want.
you got all those witnesses driving by, so it's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
I'd be mad about that. I'd be waiting, hoping I come back to just a soda can crushed,
Good
so I can
day.
get me a new one. Nope, it's still there,
Yeah,
putting
day.
along. It's terrible. But so with your motivational speaking, man, what's the where do you get your like inspiration from, like to make a you know what I'm saying, like to put those speeches out there? Like where do you draw from?
Yeah, like, bro, so the main things I talk about is purpose, mindset, vision, leadership, the power of words. Those are the main things that I talk about. But through that, I'm just taking out topics within those already serious topics. Them like the 5 pillars, like
Yeah.
where everything comes from. Because in mindset, you can talk about mental health. You can talk about all this other stuff, depression. You can talk about solutions to all that. Through leadership, you can talk about why leadership, you know, why you need leadership. Like without leadership, you ain't gonna be able to be at your fullest potential. It's like there's so many topics that I can run with through those, you know, speaking topics that I already talk about. So it's like I just be really running off that. And
Leadership,
sometimes,
bro, let's get into the leadership, man. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's what we lacking. The youth is lacking out here, man. I feel like there's
bruh,
a
leadership is a big
big
part.
divide in the generations right now
Bruh.
because of that. It's like the
Man.
younger generation. It's like the older generation is looking at the younger generation like, yo, what are these dudes doing? This is crazy. They acting wild. And then the younger generation is like, man, y'all are the ones that raised us, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, where
Bruh.
does leadership, you know, play its role in your life?
Leadership is a big part of my life. It's the reason why I'm here today, and it's the reason why I'm going to be where I'm going to be later. It's like y'all had Bruce. Bruce, my leader. He's my mentor. He's also
Shout
like
out to Bruce Waller.
Yeah,
Jr.,
for real. Shout out to
Brian
Bruce.
Hill, Black Wall Street.
Bruce. He is dope, man. It's like without him, bro, I wouldn't be who I am today. Like 100%. Like he took me under his wing, and he was like, "I'm gonna show you," and that's what we've been doing ever since we started. We going on 3 years now.
That's what's up, man.
So it's like
It's important. In the
I
community.
really met him when I was like 16, but it's like we fell off and then I came back. But it's like with him in my life, bro, and the leadership, because with leadership you get accountability, you get security, you get safety, and also you get knowledge and wisdom and guidance. And that's something a person needs in order to get to where God is making them to go. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it's like
That accountability is huge.
and that's the big one, and that's what I love about Bruce is because he holds me accountable.
Yeah.
And men in general need to be held accountable.
Yeah.
It's like we need to, and the reason why we seeing all this stuff with men right now and brothers killing is because nobody's being held accountable. Nobody's really getting that sit down. Nobody's really getting that hard talk.
Yeah.
And that's why things are happening. And it's like, I love that the fact that I have a leader and that I can get that, you know, those things that I need for my growth in order to be the best person I could be. And it's like Bruce always say this, Bruce and my elder leader, his name is Joseph Hackett. That's Bruce's leader. But they always say that I'm going to be greater than them. Like, I'm going to be doing greater things. And sometimes I feel like I want to be humble and be like, nah, because y'all great. Like,
Yeah, like
y'all,
don't put that on me.
yeah, don't like, but I see what they're saying.
Exactly.
It's because
you got something that you got them to learn
yeah,
from.
and because if I'm not great, then the next person ain't gonna be great.
Yeah,
That's gonna come
you gotta
alongside
expound
me.
upon it.
Exactly. You have to.
I like that
There
moment.
has to be growth. So it's like from them, I'm gonna take it to a next level, and then the one that comes after me gonna take it to the next level.
Yep.
And that's a big part, and everyone needs leadership. Women need
Everybody.
leadership. Men need leadership. We all need leadership.
Everybody.
And we need true leaders. Like we don't.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's a lot of false
It's
false
a lot of
prophets
false,
out here.
Yeah, it's a lot of false
cap.
leaders. And how you identify a true leader is if he's making the people who's following him better.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce is making me better. That's how I know he's a true leader. I'm not just following him blindly and not getting nothing done, or like saying, well, he's powerful, and then somebody asked me, what did you learn from him?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
That's when a lot of people get quiet.
Because they following these dudes blindly and they not really true leaders. Your leader should be building your leader should be, because you alongside him, you helping him with his vision, and he's also helping you with yours.
Right.
So if you not sharp, he can't be sharp because you following him, and then you see what I'm saying? It all connects. So it's like that's the biggest thing. Is like true. This is how you identify a true leader. Let's just break it down for me. Plainly and simple. A true leader identified is when he is growing and also making better his followers. That's how you identify a true leader. Is when he's turning his followers into leaders who can really move with him. How to identify a false leader? If the people who follow him are not being better, are not growing. That's how you identify a false and a true leader.
Bro,
So,
just dragging around a bunch of dead weight.
dead weight. Just people who are excited but they haven't learned nothing from you.
Yeah, you're really just spreading that false influence. You know what I mean? Like that. You making other people's lives worse. You don't even realize it because they
Yes.
think you're cool.
Give them trash
Yeah.
information. They be out here
You're
sending them
living
on dummy
trash in there.
missions.
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro.
Yeah. I really feel like I low-key was doing that to some people at some point when I was a worse person. You know what I mean? Like,
Just lead them
yeah,
to the slaughter.
you're acting
I
like
was
an
doing
asshole.
the same thing, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was doing the same thing.
Dude, I remember a couple of guys, like when I was working at Ingles and I had been there for the longest, you know what I mean? And I was like the oldest. And, you know, they thought I was cool and I thought I was cool too, doing dumb shit all the time. And I got them on that dumb shit. And some of them got in trouble, you know what I'm saying? Got babies and stuff like that. And it's just like, you know, I had an influence on that situation.
And that's the big thing, bro. Influence. People influence people.
Yeah.
You cannot be influenced by anything else but other than people.
Yeah, man,
If-
that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to have a good influence on people. now.
Exactly.
I don't want what I'm doing to rub off on somebody like dirt.
Because that's the only way. It's like the reason why I was in the streets is because I was influenced by somebody. But
Yeah.
until I was shown something better, until I was shown something greater than what it is I was already, into, that's when I can make that change.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel like a lot of people don't get, in which they
gotta-
need to start getting. And that's why I do what I do, is because you got to understand that there's something better than this.
Yeah, you gotta change. And another thing is you gotta change your surroundings before you change yourself.
Got
Change
to.
can't happen in a static environment. If you just
Got
in that
to.
place that's the same, it's the same always. You're not gonna change there.
Yeah, it's-
that's why I
Because
feel
it's
like
going to be
going
too
to-
hard. It's too familiar.
That's why I feel like it's like going to college isn't really about going to college.
It's
Like to
getting
sit in
out
that
of the
classroom.
environment,
It's
bro.
just leaving where you're from and leaving all the thoughts and customs of that place behind and going somewhere new.
100%,
And then it's
bro.
like in a college environment, it's like you're just around people who are learning and growing.
Yeah.
Like that's it. So it's like it makes you learn or grow.
Yeah.
Big
But
fact.
Tyler, man, how old are you, bro?
I am.
Yeah. Oh yeah, never mind.
Yeah, we don't gotta
what
do
you
that.
got planned for the future, bro? What you got what you want to get into, man? in
So-
life, man? Where you want to take your motivational speaking? You got plans to write some more? What do you got going?
Yeah, so I already got some more, books already in process. Like I got like 4 or 5 other books in process. I'm not gonna say their names, but that's already in process. In public speaking, I really want to get into more schools. I want to get into more organizations because I feel like that's where,
The youth is where it's at.
yeah, that's where it's really at for me. Is like because they easy to influence, and right now they being influenced by garbage.
The wrong way.
Man,
The
yeah.
it's
wrong stuff.
tragic.
The
Super easily influenced.
foolish stuff, bro. So it's like I want to be in that space so I can counteract that and stand against that foolishness. So I think that's what it is for me. And then also, getting into investing and stuff, buying a house, building my money, just stuff like that, man. So I can move into higher levels and
Gotta get into some
Yeah.
type of real estate.
yeah, and
For
just do more, bro. It's like that's really it for me. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. I wanted to know what for you when you're writing, what's your for your I guess the process that you go about doing, because you do a lot of motivational
Yeah.
and self affirmation and things like that. So
Yeah.
what is your writing process?
Like when I'm writing a book, I usually just do it on the topic that I know. And I just be flowing, bro. Like the information just be coming to me. One thing about me, bro, is I get downloads every single day.
That's what's
like
up.
because I'm in my mind 90% of
Yeah.
the time. I'm tapped into the realm where ideas dwell. So every day I'm getting new information. I'm getting new information. And then I'm also meditating on the information that I already received. So that's doubling it.
That's a big part of it. That,
Yeah.
a lot of people that just heard that might have missed. You're getting new information. People don't feed themselves, man. You gotta feed. You can't just
Bruh.
sit around and scroll on Instagram and stuff because that algorithm is pushing stuff that they think you want to see. You got to go out and read and
talking
watch
right now.
documentaries and watch podcasts, something like the Qualified to Motivate
For
podcast.
real.
You feel me? Yeah, get your pimping right. But you gotta
Nah, for
feed
real.
yourself information. You can't just sit around
The
all day
right
and watch
information.
TV and doing this and that. You got to go out and find the information that you want to watch or
'Cause-
listen to, or
Because one
just
thing,
figure out how you like to learn and then learn, whether it be TV or books
For real.
or podcasts or audio books or however you do.
for real. Because this is true, bruh. People are destroyed for lack of knowledge. What you don't know is destroying you.
Yeah, it really is.
That's 100% true, bro. What you don't know is destroying you.
Yeah.
So you have to feed your mind information that is going to be beneficial to you. Information that's not going to have you out here acting crazy, doing foolish stuff, that is actually going to be growing you and motivating you and keeping you focused on whatever vision, whatever dreams you have, because that's beneficial.
Right.
Everything is on a spectrum, bro. Everything, including knowledge. There's forbidden knowledge and there's good knowledge, or there's knowledge that you need to know in order to be your best self. So that's how I look at it. It's like, bro, you need to be at the highest level on the spectrum when it comes to knowledge and information, and feeding yourself that, because that's what's going to change you. It's like that's what changed me.
Yeah.
It's like that's the reason why I think the way I think. That's the reason why I talk the way I talk. That's the reason. It's because I'm feeding myself knowledge that is literally transforming me. So
That's real, bro. Hey,
Yeah.
Bryson, man, hand me the Act Right juice while you take us into the next
Man.
segment, next set of questions.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna keep it going with that one a little bit.
Yeah.
Just say like
Put the
that's,
label in it because they're not trying to pay nobody.
you can you can curtail your, like Trop was saying, you don't want to sit there and get all your information off Instagram, but if that's where you are getting all your Instagram information off of, you can curtail your algorithm to lock up and act right like you want to lock up and act right. Like if you're seeing booty shaking every time you open your phone, you can say not interested.
We've all been victim to that as men.
Man, it'll happen
You gotta
so
switch
fast.
up your feed, bro. You
You
gotta
gotta
train your
switch up-
algorithm.
yeah, that's
you
what
gotta
I'm
switch up
saying,
your
bro.
feed, man. I remember one time it was to a point where I was like, bro, I can't keep getting on here, bro. Like every time I open it up, my whole feed is just it's all just twerking.
Yeah.
Like it was bad. It was just cars, like old school classic
It takes
cars.
you
and
clicking
twerking.
on one picture, bro. And
They
they're
measure
like, yeah,
how
let's
much
get in
you
there.
watch or look at one post or anything. So it's like you got to start looking up engineering,
something you're interested in.
authors, book. Just start throwing random stuff to your
Yeah.
algorithm, man. You gotta switch it up,
man.
But it's
not
also
it's gonna push this stuff that they want you to see out
Yeah.
there. You gotta go seek the knowledge
that's
that you want.
exactly what I was going to touch on. It's like they pushing you stuff that they want you to see, and it's nothing beneficial for you. So it's like you got to be intentional about what you watch. You got to be intentional about what you listen to, and you got to be intentional about what you receive. You can only receive something you respond to.
Right.
That's something that I learned from my elder leader. It's like the only way for you to receive anything is you have to respond to it. So if you stop responding to the foolishness, you're not gonna receive no foolishness. Simple as that. These are spiritual laws that I'm saying.
And like you were saying earlier, you said, like right now, you're not really putting anything out there because you're trying to expound upon what you already got out there. You're
Exactly.
trying to put that in the works. Like it was just like Kev was saying last night. You got to know yourself, man. You can't be out here trying to be somebody you're not.
Come on, bro.
Like you gotta.
That's a big problem. People don't know themselves. That's all I seen.
I
that
just
a lot
did a
in
reel
college.
on that, bro.
I seen that a lot in college. A lot of people like, because I did this before I went to college. I did like a summer semester. It was like a trial run. It's called what is it? What's it? ASP at Western Carolina. This is like a little summer semester before you start.
Yeah.
And I seen a lot of people. Like I like met them in the summer, and they were really like cool, genuine people. And then when we came back for the fall, they kind of figured out like the persona that everybody else wanted them to be, or like the persona that fits in with college, and they would just like completely change and be this other person. Like it was crazy. You see it so much, but
And this is what I was talking about on one of my reels, bro. And I was talking about how people are acting out here instead of being.
I was watching that one.
Yeah, being is a state of existence. That means you are this thing always. I'm always myself. You will never see me acting about nothing. I'm always gonna be myself in that situation, or be myself when it comes to talking about a certain thing. People are acting out here. Acting is like, oh, I'm gonna be this at this time. I'm gonna do this at this situation. I'm gonna do, instead of being.
Yeah.
Acting is temporary. You gonna get found out eventually.
Every time exposed.
And the biggest part is, bruh, is like you cannot be yourself if you're trying to act yourself. You can't act yourself. It's in the statement.
That's what
be yourself.
That's the problem,
Being.
bro. That's what the social media messes up. Everybody gets to create the person that they're like wanting to be, like their famous like alter ego or whatever on social media. They're trying to be that in real, like
People
no,
trying
man.
to make themselves as an avatar when you're not.
Yeah,
you already
exactly.
built. You already built to be a certain way. There's no making yourself as an avatar, changing your hair, making your voice sound like this, making your ideas come up. You have already been created exactly how you're supposed to be.
I think that's something that people are really flaking on right now. Is like they're so insecure about themselves because every girl you see has got a perfect Snapchat filter on.
Bruh.
Every guy you see is like on steroids or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And man, they're like, well, I guess I got to do something to like at
Match
least
that.
at
Equal
least
that.
try to, and it's like that ain't what you were set up to be, man.
This
gotta
is
go with
why I
what you
talk
got.
about purpose, man. It's like purpose is the reason why, or the meaning, or the why behind a thing.
Yeah.
It's like people need to know their purpose. Purpose is dealing with identity, is dealing with all that other stuff that people are trying to act instead of be. So it's like we have to know our purpose in this life. That's what makes it meaningful. That's what makes what we're doing. That's what makes it. It's like I remember when I was depressed, bro. I remember when I was going through the motions, man, and feeling suicidal. It's like because I didn't know who I was. I didn't know what I was here to do. I didn't know why I was here. I didn't know these things. But once I found that out, I started to be me.
Yeah.
And I started to love it.
And it's on your real homies to let you know when you're not acting that way too.
Exactly.
That's why you got to have real homies. And that's why when you are a real homie to somebody, you got to tell them when they're not acting right.
For real.
I told this girl the other day, we met on one of them dating apps, but didn't really hit it off like that. So we just friends, you know what I'm saying? And she was telling me about she went on this date with some guy and then he ghosted her after that. And I was like, well, when you were Snapchatting, did you use the same filter every time? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she was like, well, yeah. And I was like, does that look like you? And she was like, I mean, yeah, pretty much just like, and I was like, no,
It don't.
it makes you look perfect. And I'm not trying to say you don't look great because I think you're gorgeous, to be honest. I mean, I wouldn't have hung out with you in the first place if I didn't think you was gorgeous, but I'm just saying you're putting on a show on the Snapchat, and I know that, but I already know what you look like, so that doesn't bother me, but some people do.
And that's the biggest thing for me, bro, when it comes to, because I don't connect with everybody, like,
no,
because I keep my energy. What is around me is sacred.
Protect your
my
peace.
mindset is my mind is sacred.
Gotta protect your peace.
That's why I'm only around my leader and the people who are around him, is because you have to look at your energy, you have to look at your time, you have to look at your money, you have to look at the knowledge and information that you give somebody as sacred.
Yeah,
sure.
And you have to be selective when it comes to individuals and bringing them into that space, is because people will misuse you. People will
every time.
People will try and influence you the wrong way, which when you're not going that way. So it's like that's why I'm so keen on people being themselves, is because I can know that you acting just by what you saying.
Yeah.
Bro, but speaking back to that, like knowing who you are, man. Who do y'all feel like y'all are right now? Like, who do you feel like you are? What are you supposed to? What are you here for? You know what I'm saying? Do y'all feel like y'all got that figured out yet?
Man,
no way, not all the way.
I know mine. I'm here to change the world, bro.
Oh, I believe that. I believe that.
100%. I'm here to change. I call myself the initiator. You want to know what that means? It means the one that's meant to set off a chain reaction in the world.
I like that.
Right, yeah.
I call myself an initiator. That came from God, for real. I don't know where. I just said it one day. I'm an initiator.
Yeah.
That's a great way to put it. I believe I'm on that same wave, and like that's why, for real, right now, I've really been trying to go out of my comfort zone and like speak to everybody I come by. You know what I'm saying? Like make eye contact, smile, wave. Like you don't realize how much of an impact that'll have on somebody having like a real shit day who hadn't been looked at. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like even them guys we were seeing on the way down here, you know, them guys standing on the side of the road asking for money. Like I might not give you money, but I'll look at you, I'll wave, I'll make eye contact. Like you're an individual, I'm an individual. I'll accept your existence. But
yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying?
That's who I am, bro. I'm here to really set things in motion, and that thing in motion is helping people transform their minds.
Yep.
Because your mind is the control system of your life. The mind is the most important thing on this earth.
Yeah.
Because it controls everything. Ideas come from the mind. What control the world? Ideas.
I like that, man. Y'all like how y'all, you know what I'm saying? Well, he said he knew what he was, but you said you didn't know what you was, but you knew what you was here for.
Yeah.
So that's dope, bro.
Yeah, man. Like, and you got to take care of your mind just like our boys out there at that Hemp for Victory. So them lion's mane mushroom, putting that dandelion out there, you know what I'm saying?
Victory.
You gotta take care of your mind, bro.
Yep.
That's why I talk about mindset so much, bro, because it's so serious, and I don't think there's.
It all starts with that.
Yeah, it all starts with that. So as I look through social media in the world, it's like they're not putting a real emphasis on like getting your mind right. It's because they understand that if you do, you can change everything.
That is real. They did not put us in schools to be free thinkers. They put us in schools to figure out how to work a 9 to 5, bro.
We flowing right now.
Yeah,
y'all.
man.
You bringing me right into the next topic I want to talk about. You flowing.
I'm gonna say my thing about nutrition. Dante knows I like to keep it real about the fitness. But like I say, and you got to really take care of your mind, like on the nutritional standpoint too. What they're feeding us is not good for our minds,
Come on, bro.
Let me tell you right now, them fatty oil, you know, them good healthy fats, bro. You got to eat that. They're trying to tell everybody they don't need cholesterol. It's what your brain's made out of.
Come on.
Yeah, you need to eat that, and them starches, those noodles, the rice, the potatoes, all that stuff that's amazing.
Come on.
400% increase of your risk to get Alzheimer's. You eat them healthy fats, you lower it by 42%.
What's the healthy? What's some of the healthy fats?
Yeah, what's some of that healthy fats? I want to know.
Them healthy fats, there's like nuts, leafy greens.
Come on now.
You know that protein, them legumes.
Yeah. That realness.
That realness. Yeah, bro.
Man. Yeah, you was segueing in right into what I want to talk about. It's like how in society we're being taught what to think instead of how to think.
Yeah.
And that's what I do. I teach people how to think, because how to think is more important than what to think. Because if you teaching somebody what to think, you're telling them to think this way only.
That's really the metaphor, like teaching a man how to fish.
Exactly.
You know?
If I teach you how to think, I'm showing you the perspective or the framework that you need around your mind in order to really effectively do a certain thing.
And then you run
or
in it.
effectively live, or effectively, see yourself, or effectively see your life. It's like, that's what I'm giving. And it allows you to think for yourself.
Yeah.
It allows you to put your own thoughts around that framework of how to think and just go on in life.
People do got a messed up way of how to think. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's not what they think; it's just how they think. Like
They
try to impress so many. It's not even they impress. I think it's like this generation. It's not even they're trying to impress so many people. They're just trying to impress the wrong people.
Yeah.
Well,
It's okay to like obviously, a person like me don't give a damn what anybody think about me. But in the back, that's always a lie. Honestly, like people care. You care about what people think about you. You do. It don't matter who you is. It's just like
Yeah.
just make sure it's the right people's opinion that you're worried about.
that's why so many
Some
people
people
like
be trying to live up, especially financially. That's the big thing right now. Everybody now in this social media, like fast paced type where they
Man,
expect
that's
you
a
to
whole
be 20 and
nother
a
thing,
millionaire and have your house and have like this and that. Like, man,
That's a whole nother
and
thing.
a lot of people don't even be living like that, man.
That's people getting caught up in the
be the
system
main
that
people
was,
flexing, man.
that-
Don't
that-
got no paper at all.
bruh, that's people getting caught up in a system that is controlling you. People are getting caught up in a system that is controlling them. I watched this one video. It's from a dude who his like channel is Forbidden Knowledge, but he was saying
heard of
something
that.
true. I don't agree with everything he's saying because it's not all true. But he said if we stop participating, this whole system will crumble.
It would.
The only reason why things are happening, the only reason why they still have control over us through money specifically, is because we still participating. We're still, and goes back to fear. This goes back to this fear that we have of thinking we losing something when we're really not, and they know that.
yeah.
And going back to like what I said, like I was a truth seeker. I'm still am a truth seeker, but I was studying the Illuminati. I was studying secret government programs. I was
Trying
bro,
to
I
find
was-
the secret, bro.
Bro, I was searching
Let's
for
get to the
knowledge, bro.
source.
I was searching for truth
Yeah.
because that's the only thing that can change you.
Yeah.
You can only be freed from lies by the truth.
That's
And the truth is made up of evidence upon evidence upon evidence upon evidence to prove that this thing that you are searching for, this thing that you want to know, is true.
Man, that's what set me off in college, bro. I don't know. I feel like it was like my second year in college, and I was in a history class, and I was like, man, they teach you throughout like all of history that the government's lying to you. They're trying to get something out of you in some type of way. The church is lying to you. They're trying to get something out of you some type of way. And then they don't never. There's not a date in that history book that's like. And then in 1865, they cut that shit out and let everybody just do their thing. Like, no, bro, it's still going on. You just got to try to figure out how it's going on.
Exactly. And a lot of people are not seeking to know.
Not even.
But
They're
people,
going with
but
they're going with that the
they
stuff
just
that
go-
the masses is pushing.
exactly.
You be
It's like
thinking these people got all this money,
Come
they
on, bro.
flexing and this and this and that, and bro, it turned out you got more money than them.
Yeah,
you
bro.
spend more money on spilled liquor than they do on their rent.
There was-
It's just-
and the thing
it's
is,
just
bro,
people with cap.
money's not even real.
It's not.
Not after that gold.
I'm
system
saying
went
here
away.
first, bro. Money is not real. The only thing that gets things done is work. Money does not get things done. Think about it, y'all. Money does not get things done.
Makes you want to start a farm, don't it?
What gets done?
You want
Man.
to start a farm?
What gets done?
That work.
The work, bro. Work is the real currency.
Yeah.
It's real.
That is the only way anything can get done. That you throw money at a blueprint of a car, that thing is not going to build
Like
itself,
I was telling you, Bryson, we need a new national currency.
bruh. That jink is not going to build itself.
need a new national currency.
You throw that paper at that
Got to be
blueprint.
that work.
The U.S. dollar
That
gotta be
jank
backed,
is not
gotta
going
be
to
backed
build.
by something we got plenty of.
and we got plenty of work.
Plenty of work.
That's the
Plenty
real
of work.
currency, bro. And I haven't
Bricks of
even
work.
gotten to the idea of the system that I want to build, but that's for a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. But
I got you.
it's like it's
Man.
going back to the original currency, bro. It's like I said, I'm a huge believer in the Bible, in the Word of God. It's like He said, in the beginning, reading in Genesis, y'all, you can look it up. But he said God didn't cause it to rain on the earth because there was no man to till the ground. That word till in Hebrew, the original language for which the Bible was written in, means work. He didn't say because there was no money. He said because there was no man to work the ground. So the first currency God ever created, and it's still the first currency, is work.
Labor. Hard labor.
Labor.
Yeah, man.
That's it.
He also said in them end times it's gonna be confusion.
Yeah.
People out here confused.
And it's happening now.
Feels like it.
It's definitely happening now.
What'd you say?
So what we got next, Bryson?
Man, what do we got next? Let's get something light going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we was going deep.
You're getting deep into that.
But this is what I do, man. I like talking about deep conversations, man. Like,
we get to nice and loose and laugh on here, but sometimes we got to hit them with the real.
yeah.
Yep. Let them know what's going on. Man, you really do see that leadership makes a huge difference. You go back to that. Like, when you got the right leader, it doesn't matter if stuff is even going right. You know it's headed that way. You know what I'm saying?
And you know how great a person's going to be by their leader.
You could be in the thickest storm, but you're like, we got this guy at the wheel. You know what I'm
For real.
saying?
We good.
Yeah.
For real.
We made it out of worse than
Yeah,
this.
we good.
For real.
Yeah.
You need that confidence that you need.
For
But
real.
you head up
Good
against
leader.
a little baby gray cloud with that spaz at the wheel. You're like, I don't know.
We might not make it out of this.
For
It
real.
might be over.
Yeah, bro.
For real.
This motherfucker might sink our battleship.
Yeah,
For real.
on just some freestyle
Yeah.
shit. Like he could have easily made it, but he ain't got the.
That's just
he
like
got
when you're
the
at any
wherewithal,
job,
the
right?
Yeah.
You know your
experience.
boss is just a dumbass, and you be
No respect in that office.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, respect, and they earn that respect. They, like I said, you probably seen them go through some shit. Handle
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And it looked bad, but
They handled it
they
with
came out on
ease
the other
without
side.
showing
Exactly.
everybody that they
sunny
was worried.
skies. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't a limitation, man.
Yeah. What's something y'all learned from what's something real y'all learned from one of your higher ups that was holding it down for you?
Shoot. For me, Bruce, I've learned so much from him. Like, man, one of the things that I really learned from Bruce is that you are not an island by yourself.
Amen.
People need people.
That's what I'm saying.
We
Get out
need
there,
each other.
making connections.
Everybody was put here to help
Bruh.
each other. No matter what job title you
And-
have, it's just to help another person.
And nobody has what they have by themselves. It's because of another person that you
I be
have what you
hating
have.
that. Motherfuckers get famous and they make it and
I
they
don't
go
be
back
liking
and they
that
be like,
either,
oh,
because
bro,
they-
I'm self-made. I did it all by
because
myself. I
they
don't
for-
owe nobody nothing.
Come on, bro.
You stupid. It
Be-
takes a village.
Because they're forgetting that foundational truth. It's like you didn't get there by yourself.
At all. Nobody does.
Nobody does. We need people.
Yep.
And one thing Bruce always tells me is people are everything.
Everything.
Because nobody has gotten to where they are by themselves. It's impossible.
And it's going back to what you said earlier, that people you surround yourself with, that's where you're headed.
Exactly. That's why I surround myself around like-minded individuals. I also did a reel on that on my Instagram as well. It's like,
And it's important to let other, opinions and like takes get in your mind, but if you don't appreciate that and it doesn't seem like it's working for them either, like
Yeah.
you probably don't need to deal with that.
you
a
don't
lot.
need to listen to it, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you can be nice and say hey, and be fucking a human to them. But
Like I
doesn't mean you
always
gotta-
listen to individuals that speak knowledge that translate, and the only knowledge that's going to translate is the truth.
yeah,
If a person ain't speaking the truth, I can't listen to you, because how's that going to benefit me?
and when you are speaking,
me
your
get my feet
body
off the
accepts
furniture.
that as the truth,
Get my feet off the furniture like I was raised better.
bruh. It's that self-talk.
Nah,
You know what I'm saying? You see
that's
what I'm
how it
saying?
is, though.
It's about self-awareness.
Yeah.
For
You know what I'm
real.
saying? Had my foot up
For
on the
real.
furniture. I was raised better
Told
than that.
myself I'm.
He was
I'm
aware
raised
of what he
better.
was doing.
Yeah, man. But that's what we were talking about. That self-talk, like your body hears what you're saying and accepts
Mm-hmm.
it. Like you said, there's that saying like, there's somebody out there that says I can't, somebody out there that says I can. They're both right.
I heard Kanye West say the same thing.
I mean, he's a wild one.
Yeah.
Man. He's got some.
But
He's got some knowledge bombs
he's
out there.
speaking the truth though, and I listened to Kanye West. That's why I recognize what you said right there, is because that is true.
Yeah.
If a person says that they can do something, that's true. If a person says that they can't do something, that's also true.
And I'll tell you what, something that changed your life, if you let it, you wake up, you tell yourself you're tired, you don't want to do this, it's going to be a shit day. Your body listens to that, hears it. You wake up and you be like, man, I feel like a
Hop up out the
superhero
bed.
today, man. I'm about to be Batman in this.
It's all about how you handle it.
Let me
bro.
go
You
hop in that
out the bed.
Batmobile and, whip it to work like a true hero.
And it's just
How you
going
be
back to
feeling.
whatever you sow, you will reap.
Yeah.
That is energy, bro. Everything is energy.
But I feel like Batman.
For real. The energy you push out is the energy you gonna receive, bro.
Every time.
Every time.
And there is some people that's gonna see you in a good mood, having a good day, spreading good vibes, and they're gonna hate that shit.
And that's the enemy.
Yeah.
You gotta be
Them the
aware.
ones I hate, bro. The ones
You
that
gotta
know they
be
hate
aware,
on something
bro.
positive. You gotta be the worst
on.
type of motherfucker to hate on something positive. Like
Come
you
on.
know in your
Or you-
heart
or
what they
you're
doing
lost.
is right.
Could
Like,
just be lost.
Nah,
you know
bro,
what
they
I'm
be
saying?
knowing, bro.
Them
Them people
s-
in like especially like people in
Boy.
comments nowadays, it's just like it'll be something positive. You'll see a celebrity donate to charity, give a homeless man $30,000 cash. But he recorded it though. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Like you hating bad on something positive. The
That's-
worst is when it's something that involves kids.
That's them
Somebody
them
did a back
spirits
to
in
school
them.
drive and they donated something back to him and they'd be like,
Just to get
he
likes.
only donated $2,000. He got like his net worth say he 100 like come on, cuz.
I'd be like, bro, you full of demons. Like how
Demons.
how in your right
Full
mind
of
could you
demons.
say that this is bad when a person is doing good? And that's another thing in the Bible, is like it says in the last days that people will call good bad and bad good.
That confusion, man.
Confusion. It's crazy out here, bro. It's
You gotta think for
crazy.
yourself. We can put it off. You gotta start waking up.
Waking up, bro.
Yeah,
That's
man.
the big part. Wake
Yeah.
up. Wake up.
Yeah, that's what I mean, and that's how I'm feeling right now. Like if we really did live in a good world, which we don't, we could use this AI shit, and it'd be Star Wars tomorrow, bro. They'd put that AI. I mean, they put that AI
Or
in a-
Star Trek.
Yeah, something.
For real.
And we'd be living with the advanced technology. You go to the grocery store, pick out what you want. They got a robot setting that, all that up. But we ain't never gonna let that happen. People too greedy. They gotta have something better than everybody else.
Yeah, man. And that's why, the information we talking about is so important, and why people need to listen to it is because this is the information that's going to wake you up. This is the information that's going to literally change everything for you, change your entire life.
Change your outlook.
And it's information you can apply today.
Yep.
Everything
Right
everything that we just said, you can apply right now,
Right now.
in your life. And that's the biggest thing, bro. The reason why I changed my life, all it took was a decision. You are one decision away from changing your entire life.
And you're one, yeah. And it could be for the positive, or it could be for the
Or
negative.
for the negative.
Yeah. And I don't think nobody sits around thinking about how negative it could be enough. Because, man, you get to a dark place, you think about how negative it could be, and you're wrong. It could be a lot worse.
No, for real,
Every
bro.
time.
Every
For
time.
real. That's real talk.
Man. But that's another thing we said on this podcast before, it could always be worse, but you could always make it better
For real. Because you in control.
about
You're
taking
the
them
one
steps.
in control, man.
Yeah.
Stop letting everybody else run your life.
That's a
Yeah.
big thing.
And you heard it here first on Qualified to Motivate.
Keeping it
And you got 3 people to agree. For real.
like-minded individuals.
For real.
Get on that wave. Get your mind likeness.
Bro, so
For
how's
real.
it been working with like Bruce and Grind and the Black Wall Street, you know what I'm saying, initiative, man? How's that been?
Man, it's been growing me, bro. Experiential learning is the highest form of learning, bro.
Definitely.
And that's what I've been getting is experience. I get
First-hand experience.
Obviously, you gotta get the talk, like, hey, this is what you're gonna be doing, like the rundown, the instructions. But then once I get in there, I'm learning, even from the instructions that I was given, but I'm learning how to do it in the midst of doing it. And that's what's been really beneficial for me, because I'm doing stuff people my age are not doing. So it's like
That always makes you feel good too to know you doing something that.
But it also makes me concerned because why are not other individuals
why am I? Yeah,
doing?
I felt the same way.
Why am I the only individual doing this?
Like Friday when we pulled up to like when we was at Grind Fest.
Yeah.
And like I think me and you was like the 2 youngest people there.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like, yo, that's dope from the youngest, but it's like, why are there not other younger people here with me?
That's my.
That's
thing.
what I'm saying. Y'all are not that young. You know what I mean? There needs to be 17, 18, 19, 20.
For sure.
For real.
Where they at, bro?
For real,
Sitting
bro.
on that phone somewhere.
And
Bullshit.
and
Bullshit.
for real, and that's my thing. It's like, but in the midst of me doing all that stuff that I'm doing with Black Wall Street and Grind, is like it's just growing me, bro. It's making me. It's teaching me different skills. It's teaching me things that I need to learn in order to effectively run my business and everything that I'm doing.
Right.
Because it's teaching me how to be held accountable, responsible, also be thorough on like, because there's a whole lot of moving parts to the things that I'm in. So it's like being thorough and learning how to pay attention, learning how to
accountable,
and also learning how to be a servant.
Yeah.
And take care of people's stuff,
Yeah.
bro.
A lot of people don't got that switch in them to swallow that pride and serve someone.
And the greatest individual is the person who serves.
What gives you that grace to interact with somebody like that is your age or older than you that acts like, you know, that they ain't got a chance, you know, like they ain't had their, you know, they didn't have their time to shine, like nobody ever gave them away, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like what gives you the grace to be like,
I felt the same way, bro.
yeah.
I'm sure we all have been in that place. And all it really takes, bro, is time. It takes time and getting around the right people. If you're not around the right people who are already on the platform, how you gonna be on the platform?
Stop hanging with them, bro.
You gotta
Stop hanging.
You
with
gotta
them
hang
bum
around.
ass.
You gotta hang around people that are in the destination that you want to be at.
And you know what?
Exactly.
I think
Write
that's
that
like,
down.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
think that's the curse and the blessing that I had of being like a little hellion when I was younger, man. Like, man, Jesus did surround himself with some sketchy folks. You know what I'm saying? Like he was hanging out with the prostitutes and.
But because he was already developed, he was able to bring people who knew they wanted to be in that space to that space.
Yeah, and like what I'm saying is like, you be around those people and you can either be the positive influence in that space or you can be an influence in
And
that
that's
space.
going back to choice, man.
And like, which one would you rather be? Would you rather be
Exactly.
that positive light in the room, or would you rather be dragging into the darkness?
Exactly.
People be hanging around the wrong people, man.
Yep.
And it all comes down
They
to
know
choice,
it, bro. If you
man.
hang around, if all you do is hang around people who is on the block, guess where you gonna end up?
On the block, bro.
Where did everybody you know end up? I mean, not saying you, but you know what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
all those people that's in those situations. Like, think about all the stories you hear about. Like, who made it for real?
Yeah.
None of 'em.
And it's like I can be sorry for you, but I also have to understand that you have a choice. And that whatever situation, whatever circumstance, whatever thing you do is by your own choice.
Yeah, that's what gives me the grace, bro. Is being
That's
like,
that's
I was- yeah.
That's
the
what
message for today
calms
right
me
there.
down to where I don't get into the way is like being real grief or like
'Cause
being
you were
real
there.
saddened by what this person is going through.
Yeah.
Is because whatever this person is going through, he got the same power as I do.
Exactly.
Free will.
Yeah.
He has the same ability that I do.
Mm-hmm.
So if he's not going back to management, if he's not managing what he has been given, it's going to be taken from him.
Right. And then they kind of that's one of them things. It's kind of that I equate to like when if you do stop, like he was saying, if you do stop and help like the homeless and things like that. Because my mom, I ain't gonna lie, my mom kind of put it in my head early. Like she just wasn't with it. Like nah. Like
My
if
leaders
you're
had to do
willing
that with
stand
me, too.
there, you know what I'm saying? 10 hours a day, you can go and you know what I'm saying, get a job. Like you know what
Yep.
I'm saying.
Yep.
But
choice,
here and there, I guess it's like you would want to.
Oh, I mean, I'm
But
not
I
even
mean-
saying like. I guess my thing is, you can tell when you're not every time, but you can tell when you're getting like a scheme played on you.
Yeah,
buddy.
Yeah,
but-
you can-
No, 100%.
Bruh, I ain't gonna lie. We seen dude. We was getting off the highway. Bruh just looked. We both was like, nah, bruh. He's just way too.
Y'all was
clean.
under the bridge, right?
Yep.
Yep, I was right there.
Bro,
I
it
was
was
right
clean.
there too.
Bruh,
And
my
like-
man's shirt look iron, man. I ain't giving no homeless person no money if his shirt look iron.
Man,
I'm
come
not
on,
his
bro.
shit
saying
was
like
pressed
that.
and starched.
And I think that's what I said earlier though. Is like,
No, for real.
bro, yeah, you don't got to get played, but you also don't have to pretend like that person is less of a human for what
Nah,
they're doing.
yeah, for
No,
sure.
because we all made
you don't
real
judge them for
horrible.
the position they
Nah,
in.
nah,
Yeah.
nah.
So that's what I'm
Because you
saying,
could be
like-
in the same
It's the
position
same
tomorrow.
position.
Exactly. So like I'm saying,
But
you
his
know,
shit was
like
pressed and starched.
don't give them $1 if you think they're just playing. But at the same time, look at them, smile, wave.
You can read it, bro. Everybody
The-
can read that energy.
yeah.
Like when you look
Yeah.
at them,
That's the
sometimes
thing,
you can just
intuition.
feel it. Like you can feel like I gotta help.
That's the
folks out.
thing, bro.
That's
You
what I'm
just
saying.
said
And
it.
when
I
you
gotta
look
help
people in the
folks out.
eyes, you have a real chance of feeling that intuition.
Exactly.
But if you're not looking me in the eyes, like you
You can
don't know.
tell when
Yeah,
it's a scheme every
you
time.
can really tell. And one thing my leader told me, and this is just going back to if you're not learning from your leaders, they're not true leaders. But one thing they had to really drill that in my head because I was the same way. I was, take this. I know how it is. Like, but they had to tell me is like you don't give poor people money. You give them information.
Yep, give them a
'Cause
sandwich. You know what I'm saying?
Going back to it, just to backtrack, information. People are destroyed for the lack of information. So if you give people information, they can grow, they can change, they can transform. So it's like
Give a man a
so
fish, teach a man.
yeah.
Fish, you know.
So when he told me that really opened my mind. It's like, okay, yeah, you're right. They need information.
And
That's
bro,
right, bro.
when you stop wearing
Never
your
stop
head,
seeking information.
when
For
you stop
real.
wearing your headphones everywhere, you start interacting with a lot more folks. I'll say that. I wear headphones for years. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Just so you wouldn't have to talk to
blocking out
nobody.
everybody.
You missing
Yeah,
blessings.
Yep.
And like now it's so weird for me to be on the other end of that. Like I go to the gym by myself and not even wear headphones.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just
I'm
a
trying to
safety.
fit in.
Yeah, and that's a safety thing
That's
for me
real,
too.
bro.
You want to hear them weights crashing down? They crashing down.
Nah.
That's real.
So, but I'll be in there and like I'll go to the sauna. The sauna's a room smaller than this. You know what I'm saying? And it's somewhere like you are going to intentionally be uncomfortable, and you're deciding to like walk into this scenario, and you're not even gonna look at me and say what's up.
For real.
Like you walk in, I'm like, hey man, how you doing? Like you ain't got the time of day to say nothing. We're about to sit in here and be like basically in prison together for about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You're not gonna say nothing, bro. It's a wild world we live
Bro.
in to like not acknowledge another human being in the same space as you.
It's because what's being pushed, bro.
Yeah.
That's not being what you just said is not being pushed to where people can accept that paradigm of thinking, that mindset, because it's true,
Yeah.
and so that we can implement it.
Yeah, bro. And
We
like
can only implement what it is we receive the most.
you felt lonely and like why didn't nobody walk up to me and say, hey, why don't I get interacted with? Like
For
who are
real.
you interacting with? Who are you
For
going
real,
out of your
bro.
way to say hello to? Who are you going out of your way to make a friendship with? Like you gotta be the initiator.
Real. Come on,
Yes,
bro.
Got you.
Yes.
You going in right now. I love it. I love it.
That's why he's here, my boy.
I
That's
love
why
it.
he's here.
I love it. Love is written on the wall right now. I love it.
Yeah, bro.
But yeah, bro, man, we appreciate you coming through and kicking
Oh, yeah,
this
bro.
game with us, man. Let them know where they
Absolutely,
can
bro.
find you at all social medias. Let them know where they can, one more time, throw the
Oh,
book
yeah.
up there. Let them know where they can find the book.
Amazon, bro. Word to Self by Tyler Miles Lewis.
Straight like
and
that.
then also you can follow me on Instagram at Tyler_Lewis2K. And yeah, just check out all my stuff, listen to it.
He's a dope young
Write
brother
down
out here,
stuff,
man.
everything.
Dope young brother.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank
appreciate
y'all
it.
for
I
watching,
appreciate y'all
listening.
having me on this.
Got
Jake.
to.
Hey, we
Yeah.
appreciate you pulling
Right.
up, man. It's been
Because
fun.
this is all I wanted to do. I just want to speak, bro, because the information I have, I know can help people. It's
We got
helping
you,
me.
bro. We got you, man.
So I
That's
really appreciate that.
Hey, this
bro.
was a great
This ain't
pod.
gotta
I
be
mean,
your
I
last
feel like it
time
was a
on
great
here.
Oh
one.
no,
Yeah.
I would love to come back,
Yeah,
bro.
we still got was it 2-3 other, you know what I'm saying, people part of the podcast,
Oh,
part
yeah.
of QTM Media that you ain't got to meet, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm supposed to be here. He feeling a little under the weather today. Wishing him a speedy recovery.
Oh,
to
yeah.
our boy
That
Jamal.
pollen got him
Healing.
down.
That pollen got him messed up. Allergies.
Oh
all
no, I
got
know
him
how
whacked.
that is, bro. Pollen, I can't
You know
do
what I'm
it.
saying? Y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe to the channel and follow us on all platforms at QTM Media. We motivating the whole Carolina, man.
Yeah,
And let
for real.
somebody know who will let somebody know about this, because this is going to change the world.
You heard it here first.
What are we trying to do, baby? Thank
Go
y'all
ahead.
for watching. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all.
Appreciate it.